Hello and welcome back to Bucks County. I just want to say a massive thank you to Dangerous Smithy 666. They did say that this planter, seeder, slash thing, whatever it is, it could, they thought, be transported long ways, because I've been struggling down the road with this thing going that way, but it appears it can. So I also want to say a massive thank you to Dangerous Smithy, because as you can see, these side wheels go down, it does lift up. Now if I disconnect from it, turn the old Deutz-Bar on, should now be able to connect here. Okay. Isn't looking fantastic with that connection point, is it really? Maybe a different tractor. Let's just try a different one rather than this big beast. And I keep forgetting, I get out this side. Do you know what, let's use the Hulk, why not? Get the Hulk running for a minute. Here we go, it still sounds as beautiful as ever. And it looks amazing with a new front loader setup on it. Let's see. For some reason, it is tipping the tractor sideways. Well, you are right, it can be transported, obviously. Let's just sort. I'm trying to see if that side lifts up. Let's just get the old help window on. Right, so yeah, that's not really helping, is it? Let's just quickly. We're gonna have to swap tractors, unfortunately. Hulk. Just got the bucket on. It's just constantly trying to use the bucket. So we'll use the Zeta. Why not? And I tell you what, at night this doesn't half kick out some lights. It's a pretty loud little beast. That was close. And again, it is trying to lift it up. That's a little bit. Alright, so now let's try. There we go. So, there we go. It does fold up. So thank you, Dangerous Smithy 666. Does fold up. You can transport it sideways. That's definitely going to help me out. The only issue is that's a bit close. Trying to think, is there anything? Look at the attention to detail inside that engine. Let me just turn that off. Is there anything I can buy that will extend it out so we don't have this issue? Because that is just too close to that wheel. As you can see, it's flicking up the Deutz, it's flicking this up, it's flicking up the Hulk. So let's have a quick look. I don't know if there is anything really. Dollies, no. Miscellaneous. Would this work? 3-point hitch. If you do hear noises in the background, that's my lovely mother. Bless her. Right, so what we got? What we got? Oh, that might work. Let's try and buy that. If it don't work, it doesn't matter. Alright, beautiful Zeta, let's go on a little journey to a magical store. Because we've got to plant some grass, and grass is going to be going, if we scroll along here, in field 18. So, I want to say a big thank you to Old American Farm for asking for grass to be put in field 18. So that is what we're going to do. So, I'll just drive over my grass. And you know why I'm driving over my grass? So you don't even need to ask. My farmer do what I want. So, I'll see you over at the store. We'll pick that little connector up and hopefully that works. Just got to the store, just turning around to pick up this little thing. I do really need to come and get this conveyor belt because that is what we're going to be using to get the silage out the silage pit. But is this what's needed? And that looks kind of weird. Is it going to work? I have absolutely no idea. And actually, will this pick that up? Probably not. So if we can take it, I will do. Oh, I can. Beautiful. Bit high. But you know what? It's my farm. Do what I want. So let's take this. I would say I'd put my beacons on. But with this little blue bad boy, we don't need beacons where we're going. We're going to my farm. People get in my way, they'll soon learn to move. Yeah, the crops are growing nicely. We'll need to get on over and get some fertiliser on them. Oh, let's just wiggle over this way a bit. Crops are looking good though. What field number is that? That's 19. The one we're going to be putting grass in is over there. And Mr. P, look where you're going. Alright, so let's put the indicator on, why not? Might as well look like it. I know what I'm doing. Let's just stop. Any traffic that way? Nope. Any that way? There's a car coming, but I'll pull out first. I'll stop. Right, let's go down their driveway. They don't mind. Look at them. Look in that window. You can see the smiling. Let's just go around this way. Turn the old lights off. But this is what we're going to be using, the conveyor belt, to get out the silage. Which, for now, I will just put over here. There we go. I am hoping this thing is going to work. To me it did look like it was upside down, but it's not. So away we go. Oh, I just love these old tractors. Oh, come on. Is this going to work? It is, but this thing's really heavy. Okay, so let's just detach that. We'll now get the big boy on it. There we go. In we get. Just love the turning circle of this and the other beasts that we have. Turn. Now, if it says this tractor ain't heavy enough, there's definitely something wrong. So we need to lower that down. And there we go. I don't know why it's kicking up that back wheel. But there we go, it is transportable sideways. And for some reason it is lifting that back wheel. But it is what it is. So, thank you, Dangerous Smith. Yeah, it's obviously not supposed to be that high. Don't. Is that it? Oh, that's just weird. Let's just lower that down. Anyway, let's drop that off. We can transport this thing around with this little thing on the back now, so we know that. And it can be transported sideways, so thanks again, Dangerous Smithy. Had it not been for you, I would not have known. And I would have been struggling like anything. Still trying to get down the roads with it the other way. But job today is grass. That is weird. That is not even attached at all. Apparently I'm attached to it. Kind of weird, but okay, I'll take it. So let's switch to grass. Let's head on into that field. Field 18 for grass. Oh, don't you just love it? I don't really want to ride over my crop. So we'll turn. Here we go. Making headway. I do want to check on my silage as well to see how that's getting on with the fermenting. So whilst we drive past, I'll have a quick look. Really nice modded cedar planter, whatever this thing is. Alright, so let's just stop. Keep forgetting to get out this side. Wouldn't have thought it would have been hard to remember, would you? Really? Alright, let's get on here. 89% fermented. This is a lot of silage. And honestly, I'm not even sure if that's all I take silage, but I know the other little thing does that are built in. Always come prepared. Alright, so let's crack on. Let's get some grass planted in field 18. I think that's the one we're going to now. Of course it is. It's like I knew my fields. Well, this one's looking really nice. Great growth on these fields. Oh dear. Right, let's get this turned on. Get it lowered down. Get the little menu on to show us the pH levels, the nitrogen levels, all the good stuff. No, you're going too far out. In, out, shake it all about. No, going too far. So this does only plant to the inside of the wheel. Ooh, what? Okay there, bird. Fair enough. Oh, I'm going a bit wobbly bob, trying to keep straight, Mr. Pete. So this is going to be a pretty big field of grass, which is definitely going to be a bonus. We're going to be doing some more silage. You'll have to let me know, what do we do with the grass? Do we cut it and use it for hay? Do we cut it and bale it for silage? Let me know down in the comments, hay or silage, what do we do with it? And if we do get the chance, are we able to get 2 cuts on it? You never know. I'm thinking about it, do I even own a mower? Honestly, I have no idea. But I guess we'll soon find out when it comes to mowing the grass. No, I've got to check now, it's going to bug me. Do I own a mower? Let's have a look. And would you look at that, Mr. P does not own a mower. No surprise there, you know Mr. P thinks ahead like this. I'm in a grass field and doesn't buy a mower. So that's one thing we're going to have to look into at some point, is getting a mower. Please don't hit that tree. No, just skim the tree. But still, how good is this setup? Just look at that, it is stunning. I haven't done any contracts yet with this whole precision farming thing. If you do know of any issues that do occur with precision farming and contracts, let me know down in the comments below. Then I can try to avoid them. But you know me, knowing me the way I am, I'll probably read that comment about 50,000 times and still make a mistake. Wouldn't be me if I didn't. This is beautiful. Don't forget though, you need to get in the comment section, let me know what else we need to plant. We've got grass going in 18. We also have, if we just get out of here, and this hurries up. There we go. We have field 16, which is the one around the silo. Field 15, which is these two little bits either side of the farmhouse. We have field 19 just there, and field 4. So get in the comment section, let me know what do we put in those fields. Because after this grass field, I'm all caught up with the comment section of what needs planting. So, have your say in the comment section. Because we need to get crops in the ground. Alright, so let's now arch this way a little touch. There we go. See, once you get the hang of using this with this tractor, it really isn't that bad to use. As you can see, we have got some fertilizer going in the ground. I really am though looking forward to seeing the yield chart after a couple of plants and harvests. Seeing which spots in this field are giving us the best yield. Hopefully that's how it works. If it doesn't, then my hopes have been demolished. Still, oh, this tractor. Oh, it's lovely. You know, I'm sat here, just planting away. There we go, lift that up. And turn a little bit. Down we go. This is a pretty big field. It's definitely going to give us a fair amount of grass. But we're definitely going to need a mower that's going to be able to do it. Possibly look at a self-propelled, but it all just depends on price. There is that John Deere mod that came out. I'm not entirely sure if that is a mower, but always worth a look. Come on, just wiggle over a touch. There we go. Oh no, you're gonna wiggle out too far. The thing with this tractor is, if you just turn just slightly, it does like to kick you around a bit further than you want to be. You can always put a worker on this and then make it look like we're doing something. Just sit in the house and just gaze at them out the window as they drive past. Just wave. Well, the house is a bit far, they won't really be able to see me, but I can spy on them with some binoculars. See how they're getting on. Maybe. But still, I do like doing these, the planting myself, the harvesting myself. Unless we've just, you know, we're overwhelmed with how much work we've got to do, then, you know, Mr. P has been hiring workers a bit more, as you've seen. I don't normally hire workers that much. I need to turn lights on a minute, can't really see in this corner. Swing around. There we go, turn the lights back off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a montage of this beautiful beast. Once again, it'll only be a little montage this time. You've seen this beast plenty of times doing planting But that is the part of farming. That's what we've got to get done. So, I'll see you after the little montage. I am back. Just a little strip left just here, and that will be this field completely done with grass. I've grass, Mr. P. Didn't take long for that brain fart. But yeah, I did check the mod hub. I did have that John Deere installed, and I'm just hoping, because it is called a windrower, I'm just hoping that it does cut grass. It's not exactly expensive either, which suits me, because you know Mr. P, he's cheap. So I'm hoping it does cut grass and it does do a good job. Maybe it cuts the grass and windrows it, maybe. I honestly, I just have no idea. But again, I just do want to say thank you for everybody that does comment. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be putting in the fields what you want planted. And yeah, I wouldn't even know about this planter, seeder, slash whatever it is, being able to fold up. So yeah, that's a bonus, which is brilliant. And it is absolutely filthy. It definitely needs clean. Tell you what though, these two tractors that we have, they have put in a lot of work. I mean, this one's already got 4.7 hours on it. Oh, corn's growing nice. This one's got 4.7 hours on it. I'm not entirely sure how many hours the other one has on it. We'll go and check that. But I will need to top this up at some point with seed and fertilizer, so I will leave it here for now. It's still got a lot more work to do. No point in... Oh, I keep forgetting to get out of this side. No point in cleaning it right now if we're still going to be using it. The cows. Let's check to see if these need any food. Oh, I love this truck. It's beautiful. Didn't really need a lot at all. Fantastic. How about water whilst we're on our way around here? Because the other beautiful beast's over there. There's a lot of water down on the floor. That's incredible. No more capacity for water, that's what I like to hear. That's a really nice truck. The old Case International. Right, so how many hours is on this beast in here? Wow, this really needs a clean as well. The Lizard TK150K. TK? The Lizard T150K. This has got 4.8 hours on it. A lot of hours on those. And oh, what's that up there? Is that Class Harvester? Can't really see that well. Looks like a Class Lexion, maybe? I don't know what that blue thing is. Don't know. Right, anyway, grass work. Let's pop on over to the store. There we are. Get over there. And has it put me the other side? Yes, it has. I need to be down here. So let's jump like an Olympic gold medalist. Because we need to be here. So, as I said, I was looking at mowers. And it says this here. The John Deere 2280 diesel. It's 14,500. Oh, that's a weird setup with the back wheels. Is it all powered by the front wheels? I don't know, but we're gonna buy it. 14,500 out of the bank. And is the front in mowers? I'm hoping it is. I did also install another mower mod setup. Don't appear to be in there, but yep. Anyway, let's get on with what we're looking for. This here, the John Deere 300 twin knife, 6,500. There we go. Is this beautiful little beast able to cut grass? Because that says windrow. I don't know, but we're going to find out. How's it look inside first? We've got to have a look. Oh, nice and old school, nice and basic. Just how Mr. P likes it. If there's too many buttons, you're going to confuse me. So, let's... And, you know, Mr. P, do the pedals move? Oh, that's disappointed me. The pedals don't move. Alright, let's turn the back wheel. Okay, the back wheels. Oh, the back wheels are swivel. Okay, that's going to be fun. Alright, so let's connect this. John Deere twin knife. And this was really cheap, and it really just does look like a tractor has literally just been flipped around. And you know what I mean. If you look from that way, that looks like the front of the tractor there, with the cab. Someone's obviously switched it all around. Does look nice though, and it was really cheap, which is brilliant. And it's John Deere. And, you know, on console, the old John Deeres can be a slot count killer. Whoa, that turning definitely going to get became some use to. That's, wow, that's dangerous. I can barely keep a tractor steady, let alone having this thing with the old wonky wheel syndrome at the back. And yes, I said wonky wheel syndrome, like I knew it was a word. I have no idea, but it's a word now because Mr. P said so. And if you know what, it's my farm, I can say what I want. Anyway, let's see if this cuts grass. I really am hoping it does. I'm going to drive across this field. If you know why I'm driving across this field, let me know in the comment section. It's my field. And as my mother said, I can do what I want. So, even my mother's saying it, it's beautiful. Alright, should we really cut across this road? I'll make sure nothing's coming, because this isn't the fastest vehicle. And this opening here was literally made for me. So here we go, across our newly done grass field. Let's see how this works. I will turn off of the field. Oh, it is a bit of a beast to try and steer this thing because of these wonky wheel syndrome at the back. Alright, let's get it lowered down. Get it turned on. I can't really see if it's cutting or not. But, yeah, let's just go for it. Oh, it's cutting, everybody! It's cutting! Oh, cheapers, self-propelled mower, eat your heart out. And this is probably going to turn like an absolute train on ice. I tell you what, this is actually really cheap. So we've managed to buy a self-propelled mower to deal with the grass. And it windrows. What more could you ask for? What a beautiful little beast this is. We've got to give this little thing a name. So, get in the comment section, what do we call our new little John Deere mower? We need to give it a name, as you know. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, I'm actually loving this. What's it like in cab? Absolutely claustrophobic. Still. Beautiful. I mean, basic as you like. But still, absolutely stunning. I love this thing. We're going to be doing a lot of grass work. We're going to be getting a lot of hours put on this thing. Let's see if I can turn. Oh, like Mr. P knew what he was doing. He was born to cut grass. Here we go. And I love the interior. I love the basic interior, all the old machinery. I mean, if it wasn't for the mods, I mean, you think we wouldn't even have this in game. I mean, I think nearly all of the equipment I have in this series is a mod. Even the Hulk is a mod. So I'm just thankful to all the modders out there that take the time to make these mods. Just look at this thing go. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, you definitely need to buy this thing for your farm. It's really cheap. 6.2 meters, was it? The header width. So it's not exactly small. Oh. It really does drive like a train on ice. But still, it's my train on ice. Oh. Oh, the old wonky wheel syndrome. You know that's going to become a word now. You've heard it from Mr. P. Wonky wheel syndrome. You want to be aware. You want to check your tractors over. Make sure they're doing alright. Check the oils. Because you don't want wonky wheel syndrome. Alright, let's crack on and get this grass cut. Couldn't really see there. That tree was doing a fantastic effort of blindsiding me. There we go. Oh, I really do love this little thing. Let's have a look. Sounds like a beast. Looks like a tractor backwards. Really does look like a tractor backwards. Still really like this. Little steps are made. That is brilliant. Just look at that. I like that a lot. I really do. So, let's get the rest of this grass cut whilst we've got this little beast out. Why not? Got it out. It looks like it can go in at 10 miles per hour. Self-propelled, cheap little mower. I mean, oh, what more could you ask for? The answer is absolutely nothing. Don't argue with Mr. P. Mr. P knows best. Oh dear. You need one of these in your life. If you don't have one, what are you doing with yourself? You need to get one of these. Oh, I love this thing. All we need is a 3-point linkage on the back to use it as a tractor as well if I could. Go along, mown grass. Beautiful. This is a nifty little piece of kit. There we go. Swing around like a train on ice. It does take a bit of getting used to with the old wonky wheel syndrome at the back, but the turning radius on it is actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. And look at that, swings round. Stunning. What more could you want in your life than this John Deere mower? Absolutely nothing is the answer to that question. There we go, let's get that. And it windrows as well, so you don't need to get your mower. You don't need to mow it, then windrow it. This does it for you. Which is brilliant. And if you've already cut grass, does this windrow it if you drive over it? And the answer is no, it doesn't. But still, this is definitely doing what I wanted it to do. It's definitely going to make things easier. Do we need a windrower now? I wouldn't have thought so. But you could always join these windrows up with the windrower that we have. Right. Oh, a bit of wobbly bob there. Oh, this thing's stunning. Just look at it go. Hungry for grass. As the little John Deere mower stalks down its prey. We see it in its natural habitat. There it is. But anyway, come up with a name in the comment section for this beautiful little thing. It is going to be putting in, like I said, a lot of hours, because we've literally just planted the big field in front of us with grass. I'm really glad that this does cut grass as well as windrow. And Mr. P, you need to try and slow your talking down just a little bit, so your brain can actually catch up with what you're saying. But yeah, get in the comment section. Let's get this beast a name. It's going to have a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of grass to cut further down the line within the season. So, get in there and let's get this beastie a beautiful little name. But that is going to be all for this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it, cutting the rest of this little bit of grass here. So, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all here real soon. Oh, I'm absolutely loving it. See you all real soon here. Oh, on Bucks County.